Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time again. This is I, Ptah Shakur, here with the Monday manifestation production here, coming live from York, Pennsylvania. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program. This is the hour-long live TV call-in show. The number is listed right there below. So like we do always at this particular time, we do our due diligence to make sure this communication is getting out to all those that would like to experience a new perspective of life, all those that are looking to move into a new perspective of themselves. So if you're looking to better yourself in the form of changing your diet, changing your eating habits, changing your behaviors and things of that nature, this is the program for you. Before I get involved, I'm going to be sharing this out. So like we do always, there we go. That's my beautiful voice right there. I'm going to be sending this out to all the followers there on Facebook. So just take the next 60 seconds or so. Make sure you get a pen and pad, get something to write down. I promise you, this would be a very, very intriguing program. Borderline provocative. I know how I could be sometimes, but hey, like I say in my little intro I'm about to go into a little bit, explains a little bit about me. But send this out to all my followers. For anybody that would like to participate with the conversation, like I said, the number there is listed below, 717-846-5067. And I would love to interact with everyone, to kind of share a little bit about my base and how actually this information that is coming across is scientifically peer-based reviewed science, as well as my expertise in all things supernatural, all things holistic, all things metaphysical, even we get into religion and things of that nature. However, this is a very, very important. When you see me sitting down in this wonderful little seated position, you see we're evolving the show as we go. We have a Ptah's mailbag where I answer any question you have, any question that may pop up in your mind, any question you wanted to ask God, any question you wanted to ask your pastor that didn't get the answer you were looking for. Feel free to send that to me. There on Gmail is ptahshakur@gmail. This is where questions get submitted to me that I actually go on motion to answer. Or go ahead and call in. Like I said, call in number there for you. So, like always, it sounds like I'm pretty good on there. Like I said, this is going out also to the White Rose Community Television channel, channel 16 and channel 18, I believe. And so, like I said, call in. This is an hour-long program, so we're going to get it across. But first, before I start, let me take a big old breath in. Make sure you're breathing in that prana. Make sure that you are putting yourself in a relaxed state. If we have any time, kiddos, I'll go into a breathing meditation, which allows you to align with the higher aspect of yourself to kind of make things a little bit more clear as far as the information that is being expressed. So, warning! Can't forget this guy. The information you hear may excite you, it may trigger you, may depress you, it may cause a myriad of emotions, but I promise, the information that's coming across to you is coming in a very factual, logical formation. So feel free. That's why we got the program. You can go ahead and call in, and now we can have a little conversation back and forth. But if not, then just sit back, relax, and listen to this wonderful display of information. So, like always, I believe in starting my day with an affirmation, and so I'm going to begin this program with affirmation. You can feel free to jot this one down, steal it if you like, make it yours. You can kind of alter it if need be. Remember this: the most powerful statement in creation is I am. Go ahead and get your Bibles out. You are there. They're in Genesis, I believe, when it says it speaks about the I am, or just je suis. We're going to go into that a little bit about that individual by the name of Jesus, which is Yeshua, is what we call him. However, I know, just give it a little teaser. I know someone just wanted a question that I have here on my Ptah mailbag. But understand that, like I said, the information that's coming across is meant to enliven, inspire, and educate. This is not entertainment at all. You have plenty of other things to entertain yourself. You got TikTok, you got YouTube, you got all that. This is for educational purposes only. So, like I was saying, whatever you say, I am, the most powerful statement, the first statement in creation. And then, what was the second statement? Oh, thank you for asking, person over there. What can I be is the second statement. Well, we get into duality at another time. That's on to expert level classing right now. We're just doing on some one-on-one. So when you say I am, whatever you say, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am deserving of finances, that's what you actually use to bring those universal energies into your life. And yes, if you're listening right now, you are loved. You are a powerful interdimensional being. When you lay down to sleep at night, you best believe that you go and you get in contact with this higher aspect of yourself. No, 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 you are not a physical being. You are a spiritual being that is experiencing a temporary physical expression. That energy that's inside of your chest is eternal. You are not a drop of the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. You are a fractalized portion of the divine creator. And hence we are living in this time right now where this is the time where we're looking to bring that aspect out. Bring that divine consciousness, that Christ consciousness that is affecting every animate and inanimate object. This is the time to kind of bring that out. But I'll get to that. Oh, just chomping at the bit, ain't I? So let me get back to my affirmation. So this is my affirmation. Feel free to use it if you like. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best every circumstance that I interact with, and including every individual that I interact with, including myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. So, like I said, you can go ahead and take that for yourself, but going a little bit more in depth since I got some time here. I am the omnipresent, all-powerful intelligence that is governing this here mind-body complex. I am the divine presence of divine harmony, always connected with the frequency in the heart of God, and I now bring forth solutions to change myself and to change the world. You see how that happens? You got to change yourself first before you can change anything in the world. I am a limitless door which no man can shut. In short, I am your brother. Even shorter, I am you. I'm a catalyst for change, role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, Reiki practitioner, researcher, entrepreneur, and spiritual guide and channel. I am a rebel, y'all. I'm a rebel here to uninstall the cowardiceness that is being expressed. I, Ptah Shakur, I seek also to shed light of the daily atrocities that are being orchestrated by the elites. We used to call them elites. We call them the fearful right now. These are the individuals that are acting a little naughty right now because of this beautiful energy time that we're moving in here. They like to think that they're elitists, but we'll just go ahead and call them that for the moment. So these daily atrocities that are orchestrated by the elites who are seeking control over you and I, and their end game is closer than you think. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for everyone who is seeking to understand the current cosmic changes that are, like I was saying before, that is affecting every animate and inanimate being. Go ahead and get your Bibles out and go ahead and flip to the Revelations, which used to be the first book in the Bible, but now it's in the Bible. We're not going to get into all that. But if you go into Revelation, it speaks about that time. You can go ahead and try to deny it if you like. When it speaks about a new heaven and a new earth before the old heaven and the old earth was passed away, what are they talking about? They're talking about this day right now. You can already see in the macrocosmically what's going on. You know, we got the mark of the beast and the false prophets and all that. It needs to be understood. It's very, very allegorical. Allegorical. Haha. Corrected myself on that one right now. So, I'm a dangerous man to those elitists and their shadow government that's been corrupting the world since the 1950s. If you don't believe me, go ahead and watch the final address of Eisenhower, in which he spoke about the industrial military complex that was really threatening the democracy. And it's more than threatening now. It is a full takeover. However, put a smile on your face. That time is now not. We're moving into a new energy, like I shared with you before. So I'm also a threat to anyone who is purposely wanting to remain in energetic enslavement. I'm rattling the cages, y'all. So some of you all have already changed the channel already. Like I said, this is not entertainment. This is education. And so if you're not looking to break the shackles of the shackles that's been placed on our minds and through the frequency and the trance-like prison that we now live in, you can feel comfortable. And I believe there's a movie called The Matrix. And then some individuals are afraid to pull away from the matrix. They wanted to stay comfortable. That's fine. That's fine. The universe gives to everyone. Hence, the new heaven and new earth. It's starting to catch on. So everybody who, if you identify as feminine, we don't care what your acronyms or what your letters are. We need your vision. We need your energy to help correct the ills that we are now experiencing in creation because of the imbalance of creation. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the wage discrepancy. I'm talking about feminine energy in the form of leadership roles. Is if you notice, but overly dominated masculine roles. Hence, we have all this homelessness. We have this war and rumors of wars and things of that nature. But we're going to rewind time. We're going to take it back to the essence. And the back in essence is about balance. So we need that feminine energy to express itself in the fullness in order for us to regain balance in this particular creation. And if you identify as masculine, I'm asking you to join me in this particular mindset that we would rather die like a man rather than live like cowards. And I'm asking everybody to do what you can to step up to the plate right now and help the human family out. And to all my YouTube subscribers, I believe I'm up to 140 right now. 140, soon to be 140,000, soon to be 140 million. Remember, you are eternal beings with forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful children of the most divine grid programmer. To all my hooded youth, that divine grid programmer, you can replace that. You can say God, you can say Allah. The essence of the creation of the universe, that we are aspects of that. We're like little messengers, getting information, experiencing life. And you go ahead, when you go to sleep at night, that's what you're doing. You're downloading what you experience, and it's going to the mind of the universe, is learning and evolving based off of what we do here in this day and time. You have a tremendous duty, and you didn't even know it, and you're tremendously powerful and beautiful. Bet you didn't know that one neither. So, like I said, to my youth, even the hooded youth, I see they got some style nowadays. Not only is it the hood, they got the mask, they even got the face mask. This is completely, you can't even tell it's a human being under there. But we love you anyways. We believe that the youth that are walking around on this planet right now are some of the most ancient souls in creation. Yes, I'm talking about reincarnation. I sure am. This phone hasn't rang yet, so if you got a problem, you got a question with it, please go ahead and give a call. So the youth that are walking around this planet right now are some of the most powerful beings that have ever existed, that are now reincarnated at this crucial time where the earth, yes, the earth. And if you don't know, like I said, I told you to get a pen and pad. This is educational here. I got homework for you. If you go ahead and, we don't want to do Google, we want to do DuckDuckGo. Go to DuckDuckGo because you don't want things popping around in your Facebook and your Netflix, your TikTok or your Facebook. You don't want, I was just Googling that and now it's, ain't no surprise. It follows you everywhere. Go to DuckDuckGo and you can find out that the center core of the earth right now has already slowed in its rotation. The molten mass of metals, say that 10 times fast. The molten mass of metals that's inside the earth right now, that's turning and turning and creating the electromagnetic field, which is so crucial in protecting us from the harshness of space. That is actually slowed in its rotation, and some scientists says it's vacillating from reversing and forwarding in its polarity. And that's what is throwing off the electromagnetic field. Yes, magnetic north has already moved. That's why you see certain things going on in your weather patterns. That's why you see hurricanes coming up to California. When's the last time you've seen a hurricane come up to California, people? Come on. Wait till winter comes. If you noticed last winter how it was a tremendous Arctic cold coming down from off of Canada, and it kind of settled in the Midwest, Kansas, Texas area, and it was causing tremendous ice storms. Stay tuned. This is the new normal. That was not an anomaly. This is the new normal because of these current changes that's going on with the earth. I make the analogy of that we're actually sitting on a sleeping dog. This dog has been asleep for quite a while, y'all. But because of these universal changes that's going on in every planet in our solar system, they talk about global warming. Well, why is it the other planets in our solar system is also increasing in their heat, in their frequency? Even the sun, paying attention to that with the sunspots and everything. As above is below. So like I said, this waking dog, this sleeping dog is now waking. And yes, you're going to experience things such as earthquakes. There's going to be tremendous geological patterns. Some is going to be subducted. Some is going to be raising. So It's quite a bit that scientists are discovering right now. This is a tremendous time to be alive. So if you're pulling air right now, understand you got nothing but supreme respect, regardless of what your political or whatever your acronyms right now. To be here on this stage at this time, you have a tremendous duty to perform. And once I was mentioning about the youth, these are some of the oldest souls that are now back in creation. And yes, they need that guidance. We dropped the ball. Every time I get an opportunity to speak in front of youth, I apologize for my generation and the generation before. Because we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball and we are allowing this music to raise our children. This music that is highly sexual, that is throwing off their root chakras. Because yes, you got to be connected. You have to have all your chakra energies lined up, and we're going to get into that in a little bit on my Ptah mailbag. But our youth has been dealt a death blow, and we've been sitting around with our hands in our pockets. So if this inspires you at all, and you seek change for yourself, and see change for your community, and see change for your youth, please go on YouTube. You see the plethora of videos that I already have there on YouTube explaining these different changes, which I've shared in, go to the January 2023 episode, in which I was sharing to keep your eyes on the skies. You're going to see more UAPs and things like that. I'm trying to fast forward through all this, but you all need to know what's going on. So this, like I said, the earth is coming alive. It's moving. We will experience earthquakes and things of that nature, but fret not, fear not. Because those elitists that I was mentioning earlier, those bad actors, they want to constantly push fear-based energy and agendas. Because why? I'll answer that person that sounds just like me. Because we are easily controlled whenever we are operating in a fearful state. So be careful of those mass media, all these media outlets that's really ran by 2 or 3 companies that run the entire worldwide media company. Is older. Ooh, I ain't gonna get myself in trouble. I forgot to say this. I love myself. I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. I would never do anything to hurt myself or any other person I see myself. I am a happily married man, family man, and seek to be a pillar amongst my community. So, gotta say that to with my little napkin here. I gotta feel kind of, sometimes you get a little hot on the collar when you start spitting the amount of truth that is effortlessly flowing from this tongue that you hear right now. So I gotta make sure that I do a little disclaimer there. So, like I said, those youth, we believe that the youth are some of the most powerful beings, and we want to unlock their greatness, but we got to unlock ourselves first. So, to all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, Reiki practitioners, hippies, tree huggers, crystal lovers, understand this, that we are the new founding fathers of this creation. I'm asking everybody to unite in love for self. Got to have unconditional love for yourself, or else you won't have it for anyone else. So when you do have unconditional love for yourself, give a small portion of that love to your reflections that are walking around in physical flesh that we call our family, our human family, but we really call them our reflections. Just believe you have something to learn from that individual in your household that is causing you trepidation. You have something to learn from that co-worker of yours that seems to be so egregious and so demonstrative and negative and things of that nature. You got to kind of sit back. Breathing meditation, what I would like to get into before I close out, will help you kind of bring your mind into your body. Because yes, you are not one singular being. You are actually it's 3. Your higher self, which is your higher portion, which we'll get to that another time. But in this physical matrix, in this physical 3D plane, you have what's called your mind consciousness, and then you have your body consciousness. Your body consciousness is able to interact without your mind even know what's going on. If you really think you're breathing, or is your body breathing for you? Are you digesting your food? Are you saying chew, chew, swallow, swallow, digest, digest, have that energy go here, have that energy go here? No, of course not. It's the beautiful, majestical invention of machinery, which is you, has already set up in that intelligence to help govern your life. Why? Back in the day, when you're walking, you're taking a nice little stroll through the woods, think Adam and Eve-ish type of setting here. I'll set the framework there for you. So when you're Adam and Eve is walking through the brush and they hear the snap of a branch, you don't have time to run things through your indoctrination, through your belief system, through your cultural appropriation. You got to move fast. So your body consciousness, get up out of there, you ask questions later. You find people sleepwalking, sleep driving. I was in the news last week. One of the person, she drove, so she left a whole darn city. How is that possible? Because your body has that consciousness to help better your life. That's the aspect of it. But sometimes that body consciousness could be your worst enemy. What do I mean? What I mean is that when it comes time to change, hence the time that we're in, because change is the most unwanted thing in creation. However, it's the most consistent. So if you're having difficulty changing, if you find yourself, yeah, I'm going to get ready and change my diet up, I'm going to go ahead and hit that treadmill, or I'm going to go ahead and go for a walk and express and do something new, a new habit. Step into some new habits like this wonderful book over here. Here we go. This wonderful book here by Cresha Drayden, The Transformational Power of Habits. So if you're looking to change your habit around, go ahead and grab this book. It leads you to a myriad of wonderful keys that'll help you instill yourself with that confidence. Because if you don't, this is what happens. You go ahead and get your matching headband, your matching sneakers, and you got your orange and white Adidas and your orange and white track suit, as we used to call them, sweatsuit. As soon as you go outside, you open the door, there's a voice of self-imprisonment that will speak to you and say, I think I'll wait till tomorrow. I don't want everybody to kind of see me with my blood moving all around. I'm feeling kind of self-conscious. You know what? I don't even really need this. I just won't eat 3 or 4. I'll save. I won't eat all my French fries from McDonald's. I'll just save some. And that voice that constantly keeps us comfortable. If you have a work in your workplace and you have a intuition that speaks to you, like I said before in this program, the angels and the devil wear the same jersey. Woo! Say that again. Angels and the demons wear the same jersey. What I mean by that is you get that wonderful thought of inspiration that speaks into your ears. You know what? You're good enough. You're smart enough. You should be manager of this place. Next time we have a meeting, I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to share to the manager, hey, I think it's high time for me. I demand an opportunity for me to be a managerial role. But then we find, okay, the meeting's over. Anybody got some questions? That hand becomes real, almost like it's made of concrete. How are you going to get that hand up? What is stopping you? Your body consciousness. No. It's not an outside force. It's not any type of demons or anything coming over you. And like we had a little cartoon, you got a little angel and demon. It's your body consciousness. Why? Because your body consciousness only wants to protect you. It's over like an overbearing mother. It don't want you to get hurt. However, there's times where you can actually, once you transcend that and use mind over matter, you start to make small, subtle changes in your life. Even if you change your room around, change the posters on your wall. If you start to introduce change into your life, your body starts to get, acclimated to this particular change. And then you notice change will become even easier for you. And then you'll get out of a particular time when your body is speaking to you and say, hey, I'm thinking about running 3 miles. Your body said, well, we could do 4. So when you have that extra assistance and that boost, that instead of pulling you back or keeping you from your goals, you have that drive and that meditation from your mind consciousness and your body consciousness to propel you forward in your goals and dreams. That's when you know you're entering into the 5th dimension. That's when you know you're interacting with your divine source, which every single last highly informed scripture or wise person, including Jesus himself, Yeshua himself, has shared with you that the kingdom of God is within thee. And so to bring that out, this is what this particular program is all about. Like I was saying, I would never hurt myself, never kill myself, due to me being a happily family married man, seeking to be a pillar in my community. I'm glad everybody is tuned in. Get tuned in, tapped in, turned on for the most powerful of all programs. This is the Ptah Speaks program. I'm going to have a hard time getting that one out. Ptah Speaks program. I'm going to try to do my due diligence and check out the Facebook. If you have a comment, I'm going to try to get to it. But I want to kind of move into the next portion of this particular program, which is a little recommended reading. So if you see this, York City, if you see this magazine, I know you've seen it. You might have seen it in the Wise or in a Walmart or somewhere. This is called a Natural Awakenings magazine. This magazine is for individuals if you're looking to make that change in your life. Like I was saying, that change being the most unwanted thing in the creation, how it's the most consistent. You want to change your diet and you want to opt to go to things such as sea moss. Shameless plug. If you want to need some sea moss, our Sons and Daughters down in Central Market is open every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It has a wonderful array of wonderful sea moss. Wonderful sea moss gels, orange turmeric, hibiscus, even soursop, which is actually shown to relieve the symptoms of cancer. This is information that Dr. Sabi and other individuals have been sharing for years that was actually given to him knowledge by the indigenous people. This is not no new agey information I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing with you, this is information that has not yet made to the major mass media outlets. I wonder why. It has not made it down to you, the textbooks of your children when they go to the public school district. I wonder why. However, because that doesn't exist, I exist as a catalyst to bring this information to your attention. So make sure you grab that magazine. It has wonderful places where you can go and get chakra balances, such as the Giver of Light. That just opened up here in York at 1224 South Queen Street, that actually does Reiki, reflexology, foot detox, infrared sauna, yoni steams. This type of information that, a lot of people are looking for something new or different. They see where the pharmaceutical industry, we see where that led us. Everything back in the 80s and 90s, I'm kind of dating myself a little bit. Everything back in the day, with this new advent of this technology, of this one pill can help solve the world's problem. This is before they had the little commercials that they had to add on to it. Now, if you see those commercials come on, you share about this wonderful product that the pharmaceutical agencies are parsing out to us right now. And then you see a myriad of a quick, they got to read the paragraph. Warning, this may cause anxiety, it may cause heart failure. It has a myriad of different side effects that are more complication to your body than what it is you were taking the prescription medicine for. So, like I said, this is the grand rising of humanity. And so in the next 10, 15 years, everybody's going to come to a point and say, whether someone's going to say it to you, your grandchildren maybe, say, Grandpa, where were you in 2023, 2020? Where did you stand on the side of truth? Hopefully your grandchild don't sound like that. However, that's a key question that we're all going to have to answer is, where do we stand when this Christ-like energy, let me say it right. We're going to say things right here. This Christ energy that was written about in the scriptures and the scrolls that the Mayans alluded to in 2020, 2012, that was the key opening of the door of this threshold of this energy that's coming in, the return of the Mahdi, the return of the Christ consciousness. No, Christ is not a person. A lot of these things have to be explained because the individuals that we placed in front of us to be the ones, the authorities of knowledge, have clearly led us astray. Hence, the condition that we're living in shows that the information that we have been going through is time for a change. They have a saying that insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. But we don't have to go through insanity. We don't have to go into any of that. We can just open ourselves up to new information and knowledge, such as, like I mentioned, the wonderful book that you see there, the power of the transformational power of habit. That's a wonderful book I'm going to bring to everybody's attention, as well as I get questions all the time about how do you clear. I'll go ahead and just do one of my Ptah's mailbag. I'll go ahead and answer one of these right now. I got a question about how do you cleanse the energy in your home? And explaining to the individual, they were saying, they came up to me and they were sharing, they was having bumps in the night and things of that nature. And I'll just keep it general by saying bumps in the night. However, this particular book is really, really impactful for that. It's called Clearing Spaces. Basically, it goes into a myriad of ways. You can get a smudge sage spray, Palo Santo spray, which you can also find there at Central Market as well. Feng Shui, how to arrange certain items in your home to allow the flow of energy to help enhance your living condition. Because believe it or not, where you have certain things placed in your home, and Feng Shui is not nothing new. Like I said, this is not new agey type things here. You can go ahead and duck, go, wink, wink. that one there, and they kind of go into it a little bit. So sage spray, Palo Santo sprays, and things of that nature, and even crystal jewelry. If you kind of see what I got rocking on right now, I always got my show my drip real quick. I got my obsidian, got my tiger's eye, I got my hematite. These crystals actually enhance protection. It's very, very important at this particular time. I think all of us may have had a psychic attack or two, or may have crazy thoughts that have entered inside of our minds and say, okay, why am I thinking like that? And then you get down on yourself and, oh man, I must be doing something wrong in my life. And then you continue down the path of bad habits, of negative thinking. Is one of the worst habits that you can have. And you start to self-sabotage yourself. However, we're going to move into the positive application of it. And then last but not least, this wonderful book, before I get into I got a wonderful assistant here. He's going to be switching my, I didn't come alone, y'all. You might see me, I'm the only one on the stage right now, but trust and believe I'm not alone. This information is going out to the soul family. It's going out to, like I said, the Reiki practitioners, the indigo children and all that. So believe it or not, have you ever known you were about to get a phone call before the phone even rang? Hands in the... I can see you. Have you ever had a dream that a loved one was in trouble and then later found out to be true? Have you ever met someone new and instantly had a bad feeling about them? Was that lady from the San Francisco? How she was looking at her eye. Her eye would kind of close up a little bit. A little sideways grin. What does all that mean? We are all born with psychic abilities. And like all abilities, you can make them stronger by certain practices. And so the practices that I kind of intertwined within my teachings actually help you develop those psychic patterns. Now, let me pause. We have 3 different levels of individuals that may be listening to this particular broadcast. If you're in the upper room, that means you already understand that you are a divine being, that you came down here to be nothing but a beacon of love and light, and you send that frequency out, and you ain't even have to speak. And you do your due diligence to make sure that you're just being appreciative of life and humble and yet giving to everybody. That's in the upper room. For those on the middle track, which is a majority of the population, you're just now starting to ascertain, maybe we've been lied to. Maybe the schooling that we received is not adequate to explain these internal energies that we have an opportunity to walk into. What if our elected officials and our spiritual practitioners, what if they wasn't as knowledgeable as what we thought? We're not going to put no judgment on them. What if they wasn't as knowledgeable as what we thought? You all in the middle track, you're starting to question your news, you're trying to question your fake news and all those. You're trying to understand what's going on. So this is the program for you. Those on the slow bus, that's the lowest level. Those that's on the slow bus, they've already go ahead and changed the channel. This is not, they need something to titillate them and excite them. They need some drama scene, Desperate Housewives, or what is it called, Basketball Wives or something. Best believe that the enemy of truth got plenty of food. Plenty of pork, plenty of swine that keeps us entertained but not educated in the grandest time to be alive. That's fine. Wherever you fall in those 3 categories, just understand that this information is for all of you. And anybody is able to make that turn around and actually get back on track. Because as a people, as a civilization, we've been off the wrong track. So, like I said, you have a psychic abilities, whether you want to believe it or not. Some of you may already know if you're receiving ringing in your ears, noticing repeating numbers, having straight up, deja vu. Oh my God, it's almost like I've been here before and had the same conversation. I wore the same clothes and talked to a person, and I've never met that person, never been in that place, and I never wore these clothes before. Whoa. Repeating numbers, you notice in 1111, 222, 911, things of that nature. You're seeing it in your, you're seeing it on your license plates. You're seeing it in the phone number. You're seeing it in video games. You're seeing it in addresses. These are all signs that you're becoming aware that yes, you have the ability to interact with energy that is in your vicinity. And when I say vicinity, I mean everywhere. You are omnipresent, meaning that when you speak, yes, your words have a limit as far as the echolocation and the ability to hear, but best believe the intention behind what you speak goes out and it permeates the entire universe and actually comes back in the form of a torus wheel, which I'll get into with one of the, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So we got some images to kind of share what this toroidal field looks like that actually explains karma and actually may explain some of the things that's happening inside your life. When you're looking to manifest things in your life, we need to focus on what we want instead of what we don't want. The more we focus on what we don't want, the more the universe is going to provide you a bevy of that. If you're in a relationship that you are in a terrible relationships or got out of terrible relationships, if you want to move into a positive relationship, then we need to focus on what we want. What kind of, for a woman, if the woman wants a man, she would say, okay, I want this particular characteristic of a man. Speak to it. If some people even have something called vision boards, where you can actually have your, whatever it is, whether it be your house or your car or whatever things that you want to bring into your world, you have to have daily reminders of what you want. But if you keep speaking about what you don't want a man that cheats, you don't want a man that stays out all night, you don't want a man who does this and so, then you're going to get more of that. Instead, even when it comes to a vehicle, I speak to people all the time as far as me being a transformational life coach, to help them access this system. This is a real life system. These are laws and principles of creation that are guaranteed to bring you whatever it is that you have the intention. Now, I'm not selling snake oil here, folks. I got the receipts. Anybody wants to call in, I got receipts here for you that you can go out and you can find this information for yourself. You can even find it inside of your heart. So when you have that car and you want to upgrade your car, the conversation normally goes like this. And be honest, show of hands. Yes, I can see you. Show of hands if you fell into this trap. Oh, girl. Let me not act like a girl. Hey, bro. I would like to get a new vehicle. Okay. Why you want a new vehicle? I need a new vehicle. I need something that is a newer model. Something where I can, a SUV where I can carry more things in. Because the car that I have now, only 3 wheels work. The windshield doesn't work. It has a crack in actually the back windshield. The AC doesn't work. It's a piece of crap. The seats are ripped up. So we spend 15 seconds speaking about what it is that we want. But yet when we carry on the conversation, we'll talk for 10 minutes ad nauseum. And we even tell the people, everybody you meet, you're telling them about your crappy car. And then wondering why you can't find a good car. So we got to make sure we're speaking on what's positive. Now it's time for me to put some proof on that there. Double slit experiments. There's double slit experiments. I explained it on this program before. Go ahead and go and check out the videos I have there on YouTube. Kind of goes into it. Basically, the double slit experiments that scientists are discovering now is you have the ability to decide whether things matter, physical matter. I'm talking about that table, I'm talking about that chair, I'm talking about that poster, I'm talking about the walls, I'm talking about everything that's in the room and where you're at is comprised of atoms. What the double slit experiments shows is through the power of human consciousness, human awareness, we actually have a part to play in whether those atoms drop into a wave function or remain in a particle function. Yes, you have the ability to decide whether those physical things around you disappear into waves or reappear into particles. This is what quantum theory is now finding out is the nature of these electrons. The electrons do not move around the proton like we were talking about how the moon goes around the earth. We would like to think that, but it doesn't. Instead, what they're finding is that these electrons are popping out of existence, reappearing, popping out, reappearing, popping out, reappearing. So the question, what is physical matter? When you have the key building block of physical matter that's popping in and out of creation. And then I'll go even further with that. If you understand the current model of how atomic structures work, you realize that 99% of all atoms is space. Yes, you can comprise all the atoms in your entire body and put it on the tip of a pencil. So hence, what are we living into? We are living in a three-dimensional light matrix, and that is actually being produced by us. So if you're looking for someone else to blame about this particular situation you're living in, yo. And I hear people talk about it all the time. Oh, the Matrix. Oh my God, the Matrix got us trapped. Who built the Matrix? We'll get into that another time. But like I said, we're going to get into, I have my wonderful assistant that is going to pop up the next screen. Next slide, please. We're going to go to a little slideshow before I get into my Ptah mailbag function. Garcon. All right, so a little bit of delay. It popped up on my screen. So, what you see there, this is really, really key at this particular time. I'll try to move my big head out the way. Because we are moving into this Christ consciousness energy that is affecting every inanimate being, including you. Yes, you. Your cellular structure is changing into a crystalline structure. It's going from a carbon-based structure to a crystalline structure. And we got some more time to move into this. All this will be very, very clear. So we may experience a myriad of health situations that we may think that something's wrong with us. There's something that is called the wellness crisis that is inside of your body, where it just naturally purges what you got going on in your system, what they call a common cold. If you ever wonder why they have all these different type of medications and all these great heights of human achievements, we can't even solve or fix the common cold. That's because the great breakthroughs come through break whiffs. Means we got to break with some of the indoctrination and some of the teachings that were giving to us fraudulently. In fact, that common cold is actually misnamed into a healing crisis. It is a natural process that your body goes through to purge different toxins that are inside your body. So that's just one example. And so with this particular, what I have behind me, there's 7 different types of rest. To avoid burnouts and perform at your best, you need physical rest. Lack of physical signs you need it. If you have a lack of physical energy, you get sick often, you're having pains and soreness, it's best to get 7 to 8 hours worth of sleep. And if you got, and trust me, like I said, these bad actors, these elitists, these scaredy cats. Yes. I scare them so much. They don't scare me at all. Those individuals are going to make sure that you don't have a time to find that peace of mind. Going to make sure that you're busy working a full-time job and a part-time job, and then you're being kept all night watching Netflix, binging on Netflix. You just can't stop. Netflix movie is over, and another one's going to play. You best believe. You play YouTube, that stop, another one got one for you. So we constantly having our attention being pushed out. It's keeping our bodies from being well rested, which is hence keeping us from understanding to how we can walk into our divine energies. But you need 7 to 8 hours. Got a little trick for you, Ptah Shakur. Been doing this since 1996. Hear me now, believe me later. If you do not have time to rest for an exorbitant amount of time, make sure you elevate your feet. For those of people that are workout warriors and you're at work and you're finding a little time to go and sneak a little snooze, somebody covering the desk for you while you're over there snoozing, make sure you get your feet elevated. Why? Thank you. I answered the person that sounds just like me. What it is that you allow the blood from your toes. Go ahead and look at your toes too. I'll get into that another time. That's the lowest extremity of your body. So in order for that blood to circulate, because your poor old heart got to push that blood down, it has to recirculate that. That's a lot of work on the heart. So if you sit with your feet elevated, sleep in your bed, put your pillow underneath your feet. Not too high. You don't want the gastric juices in your stomach to cause acid reflux and stuff. Just a little, just a 180 degree. I guess that's what it is. And what that does is allow the blood to flow effortlessly back into your heart, which alleviates the pumping of your heart, which will give you more restful sleep, which will give your cells more energy to do what they need to do. So mental rest. Signs you need mental rest. If you have lack of mental energy, you're feeling a mental fog, or they need a lot of COVID fog or whatever, and you get irritated really easy. So you got somebody touch you and tap you out. What? You want to backslap everybody? You need to give yourself a mental break. And I might even skip down to the social rest, because that mental break and that social break kind of intertwined. So what do you need to do? You need to block out times to work without distractions. I know we all like to listen to music, watch TV, and do your homework at the same time. However, it's sometimes to minimize some of that. Listen to music, meditate. Meditation is the number one question that I get on Ptah's mailbag is how do you meditate? And it's not a secret formula what you do. Basically, if you close your eyes already, you're off to a great start because you're shutting off, like I said. You're cutting off your inundation of outside stimuli. You have millions of bits of information that gets processed by your cerebral cortex that keeps some, throws some away, keeps some, throws some away, keeps some, throws some away. By closing your eyeballs off, you'll find that you got other senses will heighten as well. And then you do a breathing meditation. If I have time, I'll go into that at the very, very end as well. And so that will give you your mental rest. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the social rest. What if you experience signs like this? Go ahead and raise your hand. I'm looking. If you feel alone, you feel detached from families and friends, you feel drained by the people that you're with, how to get your social rest, how to recoup your social rest, one-on-one time with someone who fills you with spiritual energy. We all have that person that is always complaining about something. It's always something new. When they come to work, it's some type of health issue going on or something wrong with something in their car or something. They just bring their baggage onto you and spit it all up on you and just sit there because you're a good friend, you're a good coworker, and you sit and you hear all their garbage constantly. What about you? Unconditional love. If you don't have love for yourself, there's no way you can love someone else. So sometimes you got to have boundaries, and you see that person coming, you got to run from them. If they're in the cubicle next to you, get some of that sage spray. Put that sage spray in the air and see if they got to run away. Join a group or a club of like-minded individuals. And if any of this information is striking a chord with you, reach out to Ptah Shakur. They're at Gmail, or you can see me on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'll get you in contact with our village. So, emotional rest. Signs that you're worrying or you're anxious, you got self-doubt, you're insecure, you're overwhelmed by other people's drama. What you need to do is do a detox. Sometimes you got to detoxify these people from your lives, like I was saying about these particular boundaries. Avoid comparison, avoid judgment, avoid comparing yourself to one another. That'll kind of bring that on up. Spiritual rest. If you feel a lack of motivation, you're feeling helpless, you're feeling hopeless. Practice gratitude. Find something in your day that you appreciate. Something small. The smaller, the better. Whether it be a sign on the gas station that says thank you for shopping at Sunoco or whatever. Whether it be a stoplight. Whether it be any of those little small things to say, oh wait, I'm glad this stoplight existed because this stoplight didn't exist. I'm glad this stop sign existed because if not, chaos. Find somebody in your life that you are very appreciative, and that will help kind of bring whatever your religion is. Some people need religion to get them to the doorway of walking into true knowledge and power. I'm not against religion at all. I'm just against individuals that believe that that is the cap of the epitome of human experience. We have much more to go. That religion is basically keeping us in a trapped relive. Anything you got in the front, understand it's over and over again. So your religion is your reliving practices, you're reliving a particular mindset. When, like I said, change is the only universal thing. So let's get with some change, y'all, because this is the time for it. So if you're having you need sensory rest, your eye fatigue, you're sensitive to loud sounds, you need to take time away from all your devices. Take your phone, throw it somewhere. Like I said, the bad actors constantly want to keep us focused on all these different type of things going on around us, and like as though we need to watch it. I need to watch the last episode of Desperate Housewives or my life is not going to be complete. That is how you know that you're a hook. It is an addiction. Radiation addiction as well. Yeah. Radiation that comes from these cellular devices that come from your TV, your body gets used to it until the point some people can't even sleep until they have those devices near them or on them and things of that nature. So last but not least, creative rest. Signs you have no free time in your day, you struggle to brainstorm, you can't understand the all in nature. This is what you need to do. You need to take a small vacation, big vacation, go experience the world, go get a book. Levo, I understand. I can read a book on here. Yeah, you can read a book on paper too. Get away from these devices, like I was saying, it fills you up all this radiation. Next slide, please. Drum roll. Boom. Next slide that we got going on is how to decalcify your pineal gland. This is a question that I received. Whew. When you see me spitting to the hand, that means I'm about to go in. Your pineal gland, what is that? That is a gland that sits right beyond the bridge of your nose, back into the center portion of your head. It is called the third eye because it actually has rods and cones. Has rods and cones because it can detect whenever light is fading. Before artificial light existed, you have when the sun was getting ready to go down. And when it started to get a little dark, when the sky gets a little darker, the light photoreceptors in your third eye, in your pineal gland, triggers a release of what's called melatonin. The melatonin then comes into your body and it starts to get you in a little bit more of a relaxing type of state. So then when it becomes completely dark, absent of light, then it's in full gear. That pineal gland is your key to operating in the unseen realm, where majority of your power lies in the unseen realm. If you want to go ahead and rewind it, I was sharing with you before, you are not a physical being living a spiritual experience sometimes when you go to sleep or when you're doing some type of drugs or something. You are a spiritual being that is experiencing a temporary physical experience, meaning that the larger part of you is a spiritual being. And so it's time that we get into contact with that. And how you do that is by having a clean pineal gland. That is your bridge. When you talk about those psychic abilities, the psychic awakening, isn't it funny that these particular things, these numerous substances, can cause calcification of your pineal gland? Fluoride, synthetic calcium. To decalcify your pineal gland, we would need to do three things. Number one, you need to eliminate certain foods and environmental factors are causing additional calcification. Number two, get rid of your non-stick cookware and all the PFCs, those PFCs that are put into your plastic water bottles. If you think you can take that water bottle and keep reusing it and reusing it and reusing it, you're sadly mistaken. You put hot water into some of those metal bottles, those plastics and those PVCs in the plastic actually comes out of the water bottle, goes into the water, goes into your body, and it affects your pineal gland. Also, avoid the chemical synthetic calcium. But I would just say this: if you got toothpaste at home, go ahead and grab it. Not now. You want to keep watching the program. When the program is over, grab your toothpaste and look on the back. And if it says fluoride, which I'm pretty sure it does, understand that fluoride is what is calcifying your pineal gland. If you need to know what calcifying is, go ahead and look at some of the hard water here. Here in York, Pennsylvania, we got hard water. You understand, like that white film that kind of develops over your doohickeys? What do you call those? Nozzles and things of that nature. That is an overabundance of calcium. That is affecting the fluoride that you brushing your teeth with. And if you're old enough to remember this, they used to give us fluoride tablets. We had to stand and had to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we had to take our fluoride pill. In that order, every time without fail. Understanding that IG Farben, who's that? I'll answer that. Is an individual that was in charge of inundating the Holocaust. Yes. Those in Europe that was captured by the Nazis. They had to endure so many different unpleasantries, including mass extermination, for those who believe that. So I get people on my page, that ain't happening. I'm sharing with you this. In order to make a person subservient and docile, IG Farben, who was a pharmaceutical giant there in Germany, decided to put massive amounts of fluoride in the water that they were given to the Holocaust survivors. So while they chugging their water down, they find themselves becoming very, very lethargic, without energy. And you could just introduce them to their death right this way. No one fought back. That's the way that we can create modern day slaves, by using fluoride. So that's another example Get rid of the non-stick stuff on your cookware, PVCs, fluoride. Get rid of it. Avoid it like the plague. In order for you to gradually, like I said, we're buoyantly. The earth is actually transitioning into a new dimension, and we're supposed to. And if we're not, that means we're holding on to either belief systems that are keeping us grounded to this society, or we have things in our body that will not allow us to transfer our energy into this new dimensional realm. Next slide, please. Drum roll. Last but not least, like I said, it's the Ptah's mailbag, and if you got questions, you can go ahead and put them on the comment there. I'm not even on Facebook screen no more, but I'll get to them next time when we go to Ptah Shakur at Gmail and submit your question at that particular time, and I would love to get to some more of your questions. So this is the last question I'm going to answer at this particular time. Got about 5 more minutes. Is, like I mentioned about the torus field. Yes, you have the ability to direct energy to the end of space. I'll pause for dramatic effect. What I'm sharing is that everything in creation is a torus field. If you understand what the torus field, I think I'm kind of in the way a little bit, but anyways, I'll bring it up another time. If you see like a mushroom cloud, whenever they ignite some type of nuclear device, you see that the big mushroom cloud kind of come up, and then it kind of comes up over like it almost kind of like it wants to keep circulating in a way. And of course, without the gravity and the effects of gravity, which we're still trying to understand what that is, it would keep going in that particular pattern. That is the fabric of the universe. That's how the universe can be unending. Just imagine if you're inside of a one of those snow tubes. One of the things you're going to go, or when you want to go on a lazy river. Imagine you're an ant inside of one of those tubes. Yes, you can travel around in a particular manner, and you keep going on unendlessly. Or you could choose, hey, I'm going to pick this particular vector. I'm going to go up and down the other part of it. It don't matter how you slice it or where you want to walk. You're going to keep walking. Hence, that is how the energy of, yes, you are comprised with that particular energy. So understand that whatever you put out, if you put out love, if you put out light, you put out motivation and inspiration, you will receive that back. If you put out disrespect and you want to hurt people, and you want to hurt people that hurt people, want some Diddy type stuff, newsflash, it comes back around there, Diddy. And we're not keeping it to Diddy, because who did Diddy, so to speak? Who was the individual who perverted? Because Diddy was growing up as a beautiful, innocent child like everybody else. So who are those unnamed individuals? Yo, let's keep unraveling this thread. Don't just stop at Diddy. We need to go a little bit further. They're coming for you, Clive. They're coming for you, Clive Davis, and all those other individuals. And so pretty soon you're going to see all the different corruption. And once it comes out of the entertainment industry, it's going to go into the political industry, and it's going to go into a whole factors thing. Put a smile on your face, people. This is a glorious time to be alive. This is the time where all the scriptures and the scrolls spoke about this time. This is the time of the great return of the Mach, the return of the Christ consciousness is here and heavily present. If you have any questions, go to Ptah Shakur. You can put my original screen up there. Drum roll, please. If you need help spelling it, you're going to find it in a very, very short amount of time. Let me move out the way a little bit. Ptah Shakur there on YouTube. See the plethora of videos that I already have speaking on about all these particular subjects that help you if you're looking to transition to the best version of yourself. I got what you need. And plus, I can introduce you to other individuals that may be able to explain it to you in a myriad of different matters. If this particular persuasion is not of your liking, I can find someone that can share it to you in the way that you prefer. So, this is a program going to be on next Monday as well. Stay tuned to the Hour of Power coming up on Wednesday from 8 to 9. But as I close out, I ask everybody to find your peace on earth. If you need to go for a walk, you need to get around positive individuals, some positive books, positive music, do that. And I promise you, you'll get in contact with the God Divine within. And then when you do get in contact with the God Divine within, let's do what we can to make sure we're sharing a bit of that divinity with everybody so we can start to change this planet and bring in this new earth that was promised to us. And let's ride this wave of beautiful love and light. So this is Ptah Shakur, Starseed salute, love and light to you all.